Next Level Mindset, bringing you another powerful and positive video. I solved it. I solved the mystery of the algorithm, the YouTube system. Even a small YouTube channel like you and me can make it. Make sure you watch this all the way through to the end. I've got some extra bonus points, tips, strategies from my own experience you do not want to miss. The YouTube system. Over the last 12 months, I've relaunched my YouTube channel and I've been able to experience some success, and I want to share what I've done on my channel. Solving the mystery of the YouTube system. What does it really mean? And if these things work for me to excel my channel, I know they will work for you. So the first thing I did, I went to Google. I had to find out from YouTube, how did they look at this algorithm? The algorithm is a real-time feedback loop that tailors videos to each viewer's different interests. The YouTube algorithm decides which videos get suggested to individual users. So that's the first thing, keeping it simple. First thing that helps me in solving this mystery, every time I see algorithm, all I'm really seeing is YouTube system. So the YouTube system, its job is to get videos that keeps people on their platform. They want to get people coming back, watching it back and forth. As a matter of fact, check out Mr. Beast. Let's hear what he has to say about it. Let's check him out.
To me, I think YouTube just wants people to click on a video and watch it, right? I mean, that's how they get their ad revenue. That's how they keep, viewers. I'm sure comments, like stuff like that. But at the end of the day, they want you to click, watch the video, click, watch a video, and just do that as long as possible.
And one of the things that I've learned in my journey on my channel, I've been able to put those things into practice, realizing that all I gotta do is get people on the channel, get them to enjoy my content, and then get them to come back and to keep doing that over and over. That's what the YouTube system is built for. That's, at the end of the day, that's what they want to do. They want us to put together content that is a positive match for its viewers on the platform. So that's the first thing that helped me to solve this mystery of the algorithm. It simply means YouTube system. Its job is to bring in viewers for its platform and to keep those viewers on the platform for as long as possible, maybe checking out some advertisements, things like that. Even a small channel, and we're going to talk about that as well, can make it. So that's what I'm talking about, solving the mystery of the YouTube system, the algorithm for a small channel. Even you and I, we can still make it. Second thing that helped me to solve this mystery is to realize that there is a myth, a misunderstanding. There's a misbelief that only the big YouTube channels gets all the love promoted by the YouTube system. That's not so true. I have found in my journey over the last few months when I relaunched my YouTube channel, it's not just about those bigger channels. Even smaller channels like you and me can get that same love. We can get that same promotion. It's all about having those people, like we talked about in number one, come onto the platform. For example, with my channel, they have advertisements. They're running ads on my videos. Let me know in the comment section if they're running ads on your videos and you haven't gotten to the partner program yet. I'd like to know about that. But that's an example. Even small channels can get them on the platform. To get them to enjoy the content, it's up to you and me, even big or small. We can make the content that they enjoy, keep them on the platform. But that's a myth. That's one of the mysteries that I've solved about the algorithm and the YouTube system. As a matter of fact, what I've learned is that the only thing that the bigger YouTube channels have is more information. Check this out right here. I put this together for you. I went into my back area. Go to your dashboard. Check out where it says, oh, by the way, that's right there. They call it confetti. If you see that confetti pop up on one of your 1 out of 10, you did something right. But that's another video. Check out your analytics. If you go in, click audience. Okay, let me zoom in right here. It says right there, when your viewers are on YouTube, not enough viewer data. Okay, let me zoom in again. Other channels that your viewers are watching. Go in your back office. You'll see this on mine. Even though I've been strong at it for the last 12 months, over a year and a half, it still says not enough data. So that lets me know the bigger channels, the only thing they have is more information. Only thing they really have is more data. So even on your channel, be aware of that. You might have to go 2 or 3 years, 3 or 4 years, maybe 1 or 2 years until the computer algorithm YouTube system has enough data to give you that same boost. But other than that, there is no difference between the love that the YouTube system has for big channels or small channels. We can all make it just the same. No doubt. Keep going, and we're going to talk more about that coming up. Let me know in the comment section how long you've had your YouTube channel. I'd like to know that. So the longer we stay with it, the more information we can give to the YouTube system that will give us that same love that we need to crack that algorithm and get us out there where we need to be. No doubt we can do that. If this is your first time, subscribe, hit the bell, and be the first to get my next video. Join the family. The third thing that I've learned from this whole algorithm is that it's not so much as having a niche that will limit us. The whole niche concept is evolving. I found that is not so much about having a certain idea of limitations, but it's about reaching a certain group of people, all the millions of people out there with your different ideas. Think about that. Redefining your niche, thinking about the things that you enjoy, your DNA, your creativity, the things that we do. One of my favorite affirmations says, I am a strong, intelligent, powerful, and positive individual living a prosperous and abundant life. I have all that I need at all times. So think about your DNA, your creativity. That's your niche. Your personality, that's your niche. The whole thing about having a niche is evolving. Remember we talked about earlier, having people on the platform as long as possible, and that's what it's all about. Redefining what that means, and you'll find out that you can forget about the niche. Redefining. That's the third thing that has helped me in my journey on my channel. I had to redefine what really is a niche to me. What does that really mean? And all it really meant is breaking it down into several levels. As a matter of fact, the first level for me, making videos that I enjoy making. Started with my music, making keyboard lessons and inspirational moments of inspiration. That's how it started with me. That was my first level. And the second level was when I began to study the analytics and say, okay, these are the videos I enjoy. These are the ones that people are enjoying. They're coming back, they're subscribing, they're liking, commenting. So I took that information and made it to that third level. So the third level, I began to look at all the analytics and I combined what they like and combined it with what I like, what the system say everyone was enjoying. That gave me an idea to start creating those ideas. And remember, you're not limited to a certain niching down so far that you begin to get bored, because you're going to be doing this for a while. You're probably going to be doing this for a while. So you want to make sure that you don't get so limited that you get bored. So think about that. The first level, creating videos that you enjoy. Second level, the analytics, the information coming back. How did they respond? The third level, how can I make that combine into what I enjoy and be in it for the long-term gain? That's what has helped me. So remember that. For example, for me, it's music, entertainment, inspiration, motivation, all of those things locking into different people. Like we said in the beginning, a group of people who enjoy those elements. So remember that when you redefine your niche and evolve it to the next level. And if you're part of the family, you already know that's how we like to do it to get it done. We want to go to the next level and do it just like that. The algorithm, I began to realize that I had to begin to put language in the descriptions that a human can understand. Remember, even though we're dealing with a computer system, I had to learn that I always still had to optimize it with the language of human understanding. So remember that as you begin to crack the code on your algorithm for your YouTube system. Remember, the system is just designed to get people on the platform. And what I had to do is remember to put those information, the tags, descriptions that I put, the titles. When I optimize those titles, check out TubeBuddy. The link in the description for that, tubebuddy.com/StevonJBiz. You can use that link and get a free start on TubeBuddy. But think about those things. Optimizing it for the human language. It's the first PowerPoint that I want to share with you. We know it's a computer system, but we always want to optimize it for the human understanding. That's the first one. The second extra bonus point that I want to share with you, it deals with the long-term success. Remember, we talked about sometimes the data that we haven't been in this game long enough for the system to have data, enough information to promote our channel. So what has helped me is to make sure you're having fun. I like to make sure I'm having fun doing what I'm doing things like that, making sure that I'm doing something that excites me. So make sure you're having fun when you're doing it. Be excited about it. Be enthused about it. You want it to be something that excites you for years to come. Having fun, keeping it going for the long haul, giving the system enough time to put myself into the system, knowing that I'm in it for the long haul. And a lot of times it's about reminding myself, for me, inspiring you and inspiring, encouraging other people. You may be in a position where you can inspire somebody else that if you can do it, they can too. And the thing about the algorithm, breaking it down into the system, another thing that has helped me is to know that it has to have certain things to give it that boost, to trigger the algorithm, as they say. And one of the things that has helped me in my journey on my channel to trigger the algorithm is to get those views, get more views on our channel. So over the last few weeks, I've been increasing my views. I've been growing on my channel, did a relaunch. And so a lot of people have been asking me, how are you doing it? How did you do your channel to get started like that? I'm going to share with you some things that have worked for me that I know will work for you. 3 powerful ways to increase your views. So the first way that I've used in my career on my channel to increase my views is to create and improve what I call the triple T system. Triple T, thumbnail, topic, and title. Right? We're going to talk about that. The thumbnail, topic, and your title. It's a triple T system. I've learned to increase that and to create and constantly improve on my triple T system. So the first thing is that thumbnail. It's the first thing that others are going to see. When YouTube shows an impression, they'll see that thumbnail. You want to get them to slow down on that scroll. That's the whole purpose of your thumbnail, is to stop other people from scrolling. That's the first thing. The second thing is the title. You want to draw them in with that title. The thumbnail stops them. The title gets them to say, I wonder if that's something that I would be interested in. So that's the second step of that triple T, the title. Once you get them drawn in, that's when you gotta hold them, and that's where the topic comes in. Holding them through that watch time and the topic, and we'll talk more about watch time in a minute. So that's the first thing. Triple T, thumbnail, title, and topic. Gotta do that. To get those views, you wanna increase your views, to get massive views. And to multiply our views on YouTube, we have to have a triple T system. Thumbnail, topic, and title. Thumbnail stops them. Title gets them in, topic is holding them. That's how we got to do it, just like that. The second way that I've been able to use to get my views up is to make sure that I keep my viewers watching. We got to keep them watching. So I'm learning to use things like edits. Whenever you create your videos, make sure you have edits, chopping out those spaces and those little pauses. You want to cut all of those out in your edits. Keep them watching. And the more I've been able to do that, the more I've been able to keep viewers watching through the content, making sure that it's there. Another thing that you could do is make sure you have your energy up. A lot of times when we get on camera, it naturally takes away from our energy. So increase our energy just a little bit to keep them viewers watching. Increasing our energy, cutting out those pauses in the edits. I might just leave that one in. Cutting out those little pauses like that in your edits. That's another thing to keep your viewers watching. That's the second thing you want to do to get those views up. That's going to increase our watch time. And the more we're able to increase our watch time, then the algorithm and the YouTube system begins to recognize that this video is worth watching. So that's the second thing that happens, to increase our views. And if you're new here, great music, entertainment, inspiration, motivation, subscribe, hit that bell, and be the first to get my next new video. So let's get back into this. The third way that I've been able to put into practice to get more views, get my views up, is to maximize your use of end screens. Now, if you look on the screen, I put together an end screen for those of you who may be new. It comes right after your video is playing. For example, right there, if you look on that screen right there, that's one of my other channels, by the way. That is an end screen. Right after your video plays, you want to maximize the use of that end screen. You put that end screen up right as your video is stopping. Then it gives others the opportunity to click on that end screen and go watch more of your content. That's what we want to do. We want to maximize our use of the end screen. And the thing about it is if you look in your back office under your analytics, it'll show you different percentages. It'll show you a percentage of your end screen, how many people are clicking on that. You can use that to decide if you want to change up your end screen. So maximize your use of your end screens by using those on the end of your video. One of the ways I do it is by pointing to the next video, something similar to that. If you enjoy this type of video, watch this video next. It'll be a great video for you to finish watching. Something like that. You want to point them to the next video. As soon as that video is finished, you have another video to put on there so they can click that video just as your first video is ending. And that's why I'm excited about TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is one of the #1 YouTube browsers in use today by all content creators. Remember the first time I started using them, they give you names for your titles. They come up with SEO, search engine optimization. They'll help you with A and B testing. TubeBuddy is free to get started, and if you use the link in the description, upgrade, I'll get credit for that. So I definitely want to give a huge shout out for TubeBuddy. Check them out with the link in the description. This first extra tip that I want to share with you, it deals with that editing. Remember we talked about editing? You want to edit and keep the viewers watching by editing out those pauses and those ands and ums. So when you come to your editing, what I found out, always edit for the audio. In other words, you want to edit by listening to it and see how it sounds over how it may look. A lot of people these days, they're not really watching our videos the way we think. And you'll find out in your life, when you're watching your videos, some of them we just watch and we listen to more than we watch. So always edit for your audio. Edit with the audio in mind. If you have a choice in a certain segment of your editing, always go with the sound. We can always enjoy a video that sounds great even if it doesn't look the best. All right, notice that. You have something that sounds bad, you'll turn it off right away. Edit for the audio. That's #1. The second extra tip that I want to share with you, it has to deal with that end screen. You know how I talked about putting that end screen on there? Not only can you put an end screen at the end of your video, but you can also do a comment. You can do a comment and pin that comment. Now, if you're new and this is all new to you, leave me a comment. Let me know if you want me to get deeper into that. But a pinned comment is another way. You can make a comment on your video, make your comment, then you hover over to the right. There are 3 dots over there. Click one of those dots that says pin the comment. Link that out to another video. That's another way you can get extra views on your channel. Another pro tip, another tip that I want to share with you, another extra bonus that I want to share with you when it comes to celebrating those milestones. Always be willing to congratulate yourself. Use affirmations. One of mine says, always celebrate my accomplishments. I always acknowledge myself for a job well done. Be willing to celebrate those milestones. I celebrated one of my milestones recently. Let's talk about some power tips that you could use if you're under 500 subscribers. I'm gonna share things that have worked for my channel, and if you stay with me all the way through till the end, I've got a bonus PowerPoint and why now is a great time to be a content creator. You do not want to miss this. When it comes to subscribers, what I've learned on my channel, this is an early bonus point, early bonus PowerPoint. Subscribers are VIP. Always remember that. For me, everyone that's a subscriber, you right now watching this, subscribe to my channel, you are VIP. That is very important. And the first power tip is to always put the subscriber first. Always add value before asking for a subscriber. It took me a while to learn this one. I started on my channel and I see other videos, seeing other content creators, they'll start off saying everything but what the title promised, right? Always add value, then ask for the subscribers. As a matter of fact, check this out. I put this together. This is what you do not want to do, okay? Don't do this. Watch this. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button and turn on those notifications. Before I get into the content, check out our merchandise. Don't do that. Do not do that, okay? And when you think about it, a lot of people on YouTube, they're not really thinking about subscribe. They're really enjoying the content, right? They're into the content. They're enjoying the video that they're watching. So they're really not thinking about subscribing. And when I see content creators that ask for the subscribe right up front without even knowing me, without me even knowing them, sometimes is a turnoff. So this is the first power tip. If you're under 500 subscribers and you want to build your subscriber base, add value, then ask for the subscription. A lot of people, they will subscribe. They don't mind subscribing to your channel if you're adding value, doing something like that. When I first relaunched my channel, it was like I didn't really know what to do. I didn't really know what was going on. Asking for subscribers right up front, not really giving value first. So that's what I would suggest that has worked for me. Give value first. Subscribers can wait. Do that. You can raise your increase. You can increase your subscriber count and grow your channel. And the second power tip, if you're under 500 subscribers, is to build your homepage to be family friendly and subscriber friendly. That is so important. Most people, when they land on your channel page, let's say, for example, they watch a video first. They'll watch a video, and if they're interested in what they see on that, they might say, let me go check out the homepage. Let me go check out the homepage, see what's going on the homepage. When they land on your homepage, you want them to be able to know that they're in the right place. As a matter of fact, you want them to be able to at least know what they're gonna get from your content. Here's my homepage. If someone lands on my homepage, they know that they're gonna get personal empowerment through music and motivation. Even something just as simple as that can be a powerful tool, making your homepage family friendly and subscriber friendly. That is so important when it comes to building your subscriber base. And another thing to keep in mind, I want to mention this. Maybe you're starting out and you may not be there yet. Like I said, if you're under 500 subscribers, you can do that. And you don't have to be an expert. I used to think that I had to know all the answers. No, you really don't have to know everything. You just need to be one step farther than the last person. So keep that in mind as you begin to continue to build your subscriber base. You want to make sure your homepage is subscriber friendly. So if people land on your page, they have a few things. You could do it by building playlists. I do it by building certain playlists that I have. Also, there's something called a featured video. Check this out. When people land on your page, they used to call it a trailer, but nowadays you really don't need a trailer. What you need is a featured video. When someone goes to your homepage, there'll be a featured video right there. You could use one that has accumulated views, or in this case, go back to your analytics, see some of your videos that has brought in some subscribers, right? Brought in a lot of subscribers. Use that as your featured video right there on your homepage. And what I found out is that most people, if they make their channels subscriber friendly, home friendly on the homepage, when people watch your video, they go to see what's going on, they'll be more likely to subscribe to your channel if they see what you're all about. And you can always do that on the home page. And the third power tip to gain subscribers is to make sure you create an automatic subscriber link. I talked about this in one of my other videos. You can make it so that when someone clicks that link, they'll be prompted to automatically subscribe. Okay, and you take your link after your channel link, you're gonna put a question mark, sub underscore confirmation equals 1. As a matter of fact, there's a company YouTube channel called Marketing Island. I wanna share with you what they said. Check this out.
So here's how to create a YouTube auto subscribe link for your channel. It's very easy. Now, if you'll notice right here in the search bar, this is all you're going to need to do is add to the end of your YouTube channel. So what I want to do is just kind of show you what happens. So I'm going to open a new incognito window. And from here, what I want to do is first take away the question mark and the sub confirmation. And if you notice, once it loads, it's just going to take us to it. Nothing's going to happen. Now, if I actually paste it in with the full confirmation at the end, which is the question mark sub underscore confirmation equals 1, let's hit enter here and you'll see the difference. Here's going to be the auto subscribe link. It'll now show it as a pop-up. Are you sure you want to subscribe to Marketing Island? And that's pretty much how you would do it. So all you need to do is simply sub out this part with your YouTube channel name.
Right there. So what that is an automatic subscriber link that you can put on your channel, and when people click that, and it'll automatically give them the opportunity, or at least automatically prompt them to subscribe. So keep that in mind as you build your channel. All right, you want to make a auto subscribe link. People click that link, they'll be automatically prompted to subscribe to your channel, and they can always opt out if they want to. So definitely do that. If you're under 500 subscribers, this has worked for me, and I know it will work for you. And by the way, if this is your first time here or you've been here before and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Let's stay inspired and empowered together. Love to have you here as a part of Next Level. Now, I've got some bonus PowerPoints that I want to share with you. But first, before we do that, gotta tell you, Creative Mix, copyright-free music for all content creators. I've been using them for a while, and they have a great variety of music, different varieties of music, free of charge. So check out Creative Mix. Go to their YouTube channel, subscribe there. Go to creativemix.com, create a free account, start downloading their music, use it in your videos, use it in your live streams, or just listen behind the scenes. So a big thank you to Nick Nimmin and D Nimmin over at Creative Mix. They're not sponsoring this video, but if you choose to use them, just tell them Stevon told you about it. So if you are enjoying the content on my channel, you can show your appreciation with a super thanks, a super chat, cash app donation, buy a coffee, as well as other ways you could be a blessing to the channel with the links in the description. And for those of you who already do that, you are keeping the lights on here at Next Level, so I really appreciate you. So now, this first bonus PowerPoint that I want to share with you, it deals mostly with the idea of comments, answering every comment that comes to your channel. I'll talk about this in another video, okay? It's about answering every comment that comes to your channel. You can give a heart, you can do a response, you can hit the like on the comment. What has helped me along my journey is that when your viewers see that when they see that you're attentive to their comments, and you're able to answer and respond to them, it makes them feel a part of the community, right? It's all about answering comments, responding, even what I just did, doing things like pinning comments on the screen. That's a first bonus PowerPoint, answer every comment. Another thing to keep in mind, I've had times when subscribers have left. They've left my channel and I always wonder, is it something that I did? Long-term impact is what it's all about. I'm thinking long-term. And if I lose one here or there, it means that they just wasn't meant to be part of my group. They wasn't meant to vibe with my tribe. So just being who I am and also having fun. You gotta have fun. You gotta enjoy what you're doing. That's gonna help you to be consistent with your personality. But yeah, think about it long term. And a lot of people, they wonder, is it possible? I used to think, is it still possible to grow a channel? It used to be impossible, right? What was impossible is now possible. One of my affirmations says, I can do all things through the Christ within me that I am. There's nothing that I cannot achieve. Stepping out on faith, I can do anything that I put my mind to. Think long term and know that it is possible. And so one of the things that I noticed when I restarted my channel, when I did my relaunch, I was wondering, is it something that can still be done? I always say you're never too old to follow your dreams and you're never too late to do the right thing. Let's talk about the 7 top most important analytics on YouTube. I'm gonna share my experience, research, my own channel. And if you stay with this video all the way through, I've got a bonus PowerPoint analytic that nobody's talking about. You do not wanna miss this. By the fact that you're watching this video right now, this is your confirmation and an early bonus point. Something that works for one channel may not necessarily work for you and me. So it's important to keep that in mind as we go through these. And the first top most important analytic on YouTube is our watch time. Watch time is so important. It really is considered to be the king and queen of YouTube when it comes to the main metric. And I thought about this and I said, it seems like the CTR, or the click-through rate for your thumbnail, would be most important, right? We'll talk more about that coming up. But in order for others to really enjoy the content and for YouTube to promote our content, we have to have that watch time. That's so important. Check this out. If you go to your analytics behind the scene and you hover over the click-through rate, it'll show you things like this. Great news. People on YouTube are choosing to watch this video more often than usual. I think it's exciting how YouTube will always tell us how we're doing on the platform. They will always give us signals on how we're really doing as we grow on YouTube. So watch time is so important. And from my experience and along my journey, there are times when your watch time will be down on certain points. You'll see it in the red like that right there. And then there are other times when you'll be up. The green will be showing that you have more watch time than usual. And so I want to encourage you and really enlighten you on that. Don't get discouraged when you see that red on the watch time. A lot of times they're basing that on other content. For my channel, they was basing it on some shorts that I had got a lot of views with. The YouTube system is really gathering data on how many people are watching your video. And another thing to keep in mind when it comes to watch time usually is dealing with the channel as a whole. And average view duration is really dealing with the individual video. And we'll talk more about that coming up in a minute. Watch time, so important. I remember when I relaunched my channel and I got it back going again, there was a lot of things that I used to do in my videos that would really destroy the watch time. I would start it off with big long intros. I would start it off asking questions, talking about things that didn't have anything to do with the video. And that is a killer of watch time that will destroy and ruin your watch time. So now what I'm learning to do is to get right into the content, starting off exactly the way the thumbnail and the title represent it, letting them know that they're gonna get what they came to watch. Also remember, watch time is not just a number that shows up in your analytics. It's really an engagement factor, letting the YouTube system know how your content is, sending signals through the system on what to do with your videos, who's really interested. When a viewer or a potential viewer comes across your video, they may see it on the home page, right? Or they may see it in suggested search showing up as recommended. We'll talk more about that as well. But when they see that video and they click that watch button, how they interact with it, whether they keep watching, is going to say a lot about what happens with your videos on the watch time. So that it is a top most important analytic is watch time. Another thing to keep in mind, these are not necessarily in the order of importance. I like to look at them as all being important, and that maybe I'll do another video on which one conquers the other one or which one ranks as the most important. But this is really just as related to all of our videos, all of our analytics, all of the metrics on the YouTube channel as a whole, as they connect and interact with each other. But watch time is so important. Many times this is really considered to be one of the most important metrics because it really influences whether YouTube and the YouTube system is going to recommend and show your videos to other people on the YouTube platform. YouTube's main goal is to get people on the YouTube platform, to keep people watching for as long as possible, giving them the opportunity to show ads and to really promote their products as well. And the more watch time that our videos can accumulate, the more likely our videos will be showing up as recommended, getting those impressions that we'll talk about coming up in a minute, getting recommended to other viewers on the platform. Without that watch time, we really won't have that chance. But the more watch time we accumulate, the better chance we have of being recommended to other viewers. And the next top most important analytic on YouTube is our click-through rate, also known as the CTR. You'll hear this known as the impressions click-through rate. This is how many times your thumbnail is showing up on different places on YouTube. Your thumbnail is going to produce a certain click-through rate. Did you know that there is a good way to do clickbait and there is a bad way? Sometimes you can do a clickbait in a wrong way and it'll totally destroy the viewer's experience. They'll click off of your video, will not come back. Some of them won't even come back. You ruin that chance. So what I've learned to do is use a little clickbait, but in the right way. Clickbait is a tricky metric, and I'm going to share a bonus point on that coming up. What is your CTR? What is your click-through rate? Check this out. It says right here, this impressions click-through rate was a 1.8. A lot of videos will have a higher click-through rate. So remember that. Keep that in mind. Whenever you have thumbnails showing up on your videos, those thumbnails will produce a certain percentage of click-through rate. As a matter of fact, let me know in the comments, have you received that new tool that YouTube has? They has what's called A, B, and C thumbnail tester. They'll show one thumbnail over here, another thumbnail over there. They'll show different thumbnails on your channel. Let me know in the comments if you've been enabled with that. At the time of this recording, I hadn't received that yet, but YouTube is interested in seeing what thumbnail is going to get people to click more often than usual. Also, keep in mind, your thumbnail is not the only thing that influences your CTR. It's your topic, it's your title, it is the visuals that you have inside the thumbnail. It's the idea of your video. Maybe it's the way your thumbnail is presented. All of those factors, along with the topic and title, make a great impact on your CTR. And again, maybe you're new to the channel, or maybe you're new to this whole impressions click-through rate. Every time your thumbnail shows up anywhere on the platform, that's called an impression. And with that impression, the number of people who click on that impression produces what is called a CTR, a click-through rate. The higher your click-through rate, the more impressions you'll probably get. But also keep in mind, the more impressions that you have, the lower your click-through rate can sometimes be. But the CTR is often influenced by a lot of factors. It could be your topic, it could be your title, it could be the visuals that you use inside your thumbnail. Once that YouTube system recognizes that your videos are getting clicked on, that's when they'll start getting promoted more on the YouTube system. That's when you'll get those videos being promoted to new viewers. I was watching this video just the other day, and the video was supposed to be about Greg Gutfeld, something about him getting fired from Fox, right? And I wanted to check it out. I wanted to see what that was all about. And as soon as I clicked on the video, the content creator went on and on about something else. And to me, that was almost like clickbait. I knew he was going to probably get to it eventually. But that taught me a very powerful lesson. We want our click-through rate to be up there as high as possible. And one of the best ways we could do that is to deliver on the click. Clickbait is all right as long as you deliver on that click. And a high CTR, a high click-through rate, gives an indication to the YouTube system that your videos are engaging enough, getting the attention of viewers on the platform, worthy of being promoted to other viewers. So keep that in mind. And as long as we deliver on that click, we can win on this platform. And the next top most important metric on the YouTube system as analytics is your audience retention, also known as the AVD, average view duration. This is so important when it comes to YouTube. How long can you keep your viewer watching within a certain video? Your audience retention, as I said earlier, deals mostly with individual videos, and the watch time deals mostly with your channel as a whole. That's why you'll hear certain terms like watch sessions. You can create a YouTube watch session. For example, if someone comes from another part of a different platform, and we'll talk about different sources coming up in a minute, but those viewers, if they stay on your channel or even on another channel and they came through your video, that creates what's called watch sessions. YouTube is big on watch time and session time when it comes to growing on the platform. Audience retention. What is your audience retention? This analytic really reveals how long you are able to keep somebody watching a certain video. And I've noticed several content creators, some who are very engaging. They're able to keep people watching on the platform for as long as possible. That's the goal of YouTube. Check this out. It says average view duration, 1 minute, 37 seconds more than usual. This actually was one of those clips that I usually put together, a clip video, short video, just to tease some of my content. Here's another graph. Check this out. You can go to any video behind the scenes in your analytics, and it'll show you where different viewers may have stopped watching. It'll show you where different viewers may have started watching your video, and you can see as they start to drop off on certain videos. And what I've learned to do is anytime someone drops off in a certain area, that lets me know that I wasn't able to keep them watching, right? That's a great indication that whatever I was doing in that moment that they dropped, don't do that again. For example, when I restarted my channel, I would start talking about my books and my different things like that. And I noticed people didn't really know me like that. They really didn't know me enough to hear about my books and my writing. And every time I went there, not only was I stretching out a little longer than I needed to, but they started to drop off and either fast forward to another section because they just didn't know me like that at that time. So you can always go to those metrics where it shows people dropping off, and you can say, what did I do in that area? You can click play and it'll show you whatever you were doing. And so I've learned not to do that. And whatever kept them watching, I learned to do that more often. So that's your average view duration. That's your audience retention. Your YouTube system wants to know, are you able to keep the attention of your audience? So remember that. Audience retention, average view duration, measures your video, giving you indications on what parts of your videos was more engaging, more exciting, kept the attention of the viewer more, and what other parts were just not interesting at all. Maybe other parts wasn't interesting. Maybe they were boring, and people either skipped through or stopped watching. This is a powerful metric when it comes to your individual videos. Like I said on my channel, I've learned what to do and what not to do, listening and watching those analytics, checking out my audience view duration, checking out that audience retention. And at the end of the day, retaining a viewer's attention throughout the video is a powerful way to let the YouTube system know how well you're able to keep the attention of your viewers, keep them engaged, keep them watching on your video. And the more we're able to keep our viewers watching, the better reputation we'll build and the better credibility we'll build with the YouTube system. So keep that in mind as you go through your analytics. As you go through your analytics, check out that graph. Remember, wherever people are dropping off, that's something that you need to eliminate out of your videos. It took me a while to learn this. And wherever people are watching more, that's what you want to continue to do more and more as you create your next video. And for me, it took me a while to realize that I don't have to be perfect. I just have to make progress. That next video, I want that to be just a little bit better than the last video. Maybe it was my audio. Maybe it was something that I did. Maybe it was something that I said. Maybe I was trying to have fun with my soccer ball or my golf ball, entertaining. Maybe it was something that I did like that and people just didn't like that, right? Something that I probably need to eliminate out of the next video. Maybe they did enjoy it and I can bring it back. So that's another powerful way to study your audience retention. That graph will let you know what your viewers like and what they don't like. And the longer we're able to keep our viewers watching, the better we'll be on the platform, the more promotion we'll receive with the YouTube system, going to that next level. And if you're part of the family, you already know that's how we like to do it to get it done. Next level mindset in everything we do. By the way, if this is your first time here or you've been here before and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you want to stay empowered and inspired together, love to have you here at Next Level. And the the next top most important analytic on YouTube is your engagement. How can we get people to leave comments? How can we get them to like our videos? How can we get them more engaged? This is a powerful analytic. How many people are showing your video some love by hitting the like button, leaving a comment, sharing it out? Those are powerful analytics. And what I found on my channel, one of the main ways to get people to leave a comment is to be specific in it. And a lot of channels, they'll say, leave a comment, hit the like button, share it out, but they won't say what the comment can be about. And what I found on my channel is leaving a specific question, asking a specific question will get people more engaged on the video. Just like I did earlier, I asked to leave me a comment if you have received that A/B testing for your thumbnails. So that's being specific. So that's a powerful way to get more people engaged when it comes to comment. Instead of just saying comment below, be specific about what they can comment on. Also, another thing to keep in mind is that by leaving comments or being specific about what people can leave comments on, it also encourages collaborations. A lot of other content creators are starting to collaborate more with other content creators just by being specific in the comment section. So even if you just use that one tool, this one metric right here was well worth it. Just that one tool. When you ask for a comment, be specific and see how it will improve. And the the next top most important analytic on YouTube is your conversion rate. How can you get people to convert from just being a viewer? Now, sometimes this deals with subscribers. Other times it may deal with customers. And if you have a business, it could be dealing with clients. How can we get our viewers to convert and become active customers, active subscribers, active clients? That is a powerful metric when it comes to our analytics on YouTube. So it's one thing to get a viewer to show up and watch, but it's a whole nother powerful thing when you can get your viewer to subscribe, to convert into being a customer, to convert into being a client, to maybe join your membership, to be a part of your team, building your community. So once you go to your video, you can check out your analytics tab, hit that Analytics, go over where it says subscriber, and it'll show you in the last 28 days or maybe in the last 60 days, however many days you want to set it up for. It will show you your subscriber count. It will show you your conversion rate. It will show you the percentage of people who are changing from being viewers into subscribers. So there's another powerful metric on the YouTube system when it comes to being in this thing for the long term, converting viewers into your subscribers, converting viewers from not just being viewers, but to becoming an active part of your community. And the next top most important analytic is your viewers, or your returning viewers, your unique viewers, and your new viewers. How many people are returning, how many people have been there before, and how many are unique. Now, I never really knew what a unique viewer was, but I did some research. It says right here, your unique viewers count individual users, not the total number of views. For example, if a single person watches your video 3 times, they are counted as one unique viewer. There's a lot there. You can take this and maybe make a screenshot of it if you want to. Pause the video, screenshot that if you'd like, and read that. But there's a lot right there. But I never really knew what a unique viewer really was. Never really understood that. But this is a powerful YouTube analytic. Unique viewers, new viewers, and returning. And so what I've learned along my journey relaunching my YouTube channel, I learned that it's best to have a balance between new viewers and returning viewers. It's best to have a balance between all 3. That's letting me know that I'm doing something right on the platform. So the question is, how many viewers can we get to come back to our channel? How many viewers can we get to become unique viewers watching our videos more than once? This is a powerful metric, and it sends a powerful signal to the YouTube system about your videos. And not only about your videos, but also about your channel as a whole. So keep that in mind as you continue to grow your channel on the platform, returning viewers, unique viewers, and those viewers who have never been there before. They're new to your channel. They just want to see what your channel is really all about. So important to have a balance of all 3. And for me, what I've learned that it sometimes is about readjusting my content strategy. Maybe it was how I was delivering my content. Maybe it was getting rid of those long intros on content. There's a lot of things we can do that will encourage viewers to not only stick around, creating that watch time, increasing the average view duration, but also to get them coming back to your channel. And the next top most important analytic on YouTube is your traffic sources. Where are our viewers coming from? A lot of us have viewership on Facebook. You may have Instagram. You may even have Twitter, now known as X, right? How can we get those viewers to come over to our YouTube channel? So what I've learned to do is promote my videos on other platforms. YouTube loves when we can bring people from different platforms to the YouTube system. They will enjoy that. They will promote your videos. The more you're able to bring other viewers from other platforms, the more you find your channel and your videos being promoted on the YouTube system. If you go to your analytics, you'll see where it says traffic sources. It will show you where your videos are coming from. Remember, Google owns YouTube. YouTube and Google are the 2 top most search engines on the internet. So a lot of people are going in, they're searching for different videos. You can get views through that. Maybe it's a recommendation, maybe it's search. Sometimes it's suggested in the algorithm on screen as a next video for your viewer to watch. Check this out right here. This is one of my shorts that I created. And as you can see, it showed up a certain percentage on the short shelf. Another place it showed up in browse. It even showed up in search. So check that out. Remember to look at your different traffic sources. That's going to reveal to you where you can probably post more. Maybe you might find that a lot of your views are coming from your Facebook page. That will encourage you and inspire you and really enlighten you to go ahead and use that platform more often. Maybe it's Instagram. Maybe it's Twitter X. I like that, Twitter X. Maybe it's Twitter X. It could be LinkedIn. A lot of my videos come from LinkedIn. So that traffic source is so important. It'll let you know where to promote your videos for the best results. Now, I've got this bonus point analytic nobody's talking about, but first, before we do that, just want to share this with you. Gotta tell you about Creator Mix, copyright-free music for all content creators. I've been using them for a while, and they have a great variety of music, different varieties of music, free of charge. So check out Creator Mix. Go to their YouTube channel, subscribe there. Go to creatormix.com, create a free account, start downloading their music, use it in your videos, use it in your live streams, or just listen behind the scenes. So a big thank you to Nick Nimmin and D Nimmin over at Creator Mix. They're not sponsoring this video, but if you choose to use them, just tell them Stevon told you about it. If you've enjoyed this video so far and it's giving you value, do me a favor and hit that like button. The algorithm signal will let other people know this video. It'll definitely let them know it's worth watching if you hit the like button. Thank you. So this bonus point I want to share with you deals with your CTR. Nobody's talking about this. I haven't heard anyone mention this. Every now and then you'll have a low CTR and it can be discouraging. But check this out. And I was wondering, why is my CTR so low? On this one, it was 0.8%. But when I dug deeper, check out what it says. This video is reaching a wider audience on YouTube, leading to a lower click-through rate. But it says wider audiences are often less likely to choose to watch a video. But this is the important part. The lower CTR is not hurting this video's view count. So the next time you find yourself with a low CTR, keep that in mind and remember that. And out of all the explanations that I've heard, different people talking about having a low click-through rate, nobody's mentioned that right there. That is usually some people that maybe they don't know you like that. YouTube is choosing to show them your video, but they're not clicking on it because they're not familiar with you. So it will lead to a lower click-through rate. But YouTube has plenty of ways of letting us know how we're doing on the platform. And it says right there, this lower click-through rate is because it's reaching a wider audience, but it's not hurting your video's view count. That's so important. Also, another thing that I've learned to do, I've learned to empower myself and encourage myself with affirmations and mindset strategies. This is one that I want to share with you. This affirmation says that I am a successful content creator with an influence of millions of people all over the world. I get paid to create content, inspire others, empower them, and have a great time doing it. And so put that in your own words. Maybe you can relate an affirmation like that to your channel. So I want to encourage you and inspire you to use mindset strategies such as affirmations and powerful thinking to put that in your own words for your own channel to encourage you to stay in this thing for the long term. And maybe you're watching this right now and you've been on YouTube, but you really haven't been doing the thing. You really haven't been creating content, or maybe it's stagnant and you might just be ready to take your channel to the next level, maybe to get it back going again. Let's talk about reaching the 500 subscriber milestone, YouTube partner program, getting monetized, what they don't tell you. Gonna get into all of that, and if you stay with me all the way through till the end, I've got an extra bonus PowerPoint and how to avoid getting burnt out. You do not want to miss this. Let's get into it. If you are watching this right now, this is your confirmation. This is an early bonus PowerPoint, okay? The YouTube Partner Program is not all that it's painted out to be. You'll find out there's a dark side to it, but we'll get more into that coming up in a minute. So the first thing that we need to know when it comes to reaching 500 subscribers, this milestone only covers fan funding. It doesn't really cover the traditional YouTube Partner Program. Fan funding is not something new, but it is something new for those who have reached 500 subscribers. So keep that in mind. It only covers fan funding, not the traditional AdSense. You'll hear a lot of content creators talking about getting monetized, reaching the YouTube Partner Program. It will get you in the program, but it'll only cover what they call fan funding. And this is where your viewers, your subscribers, they can contribute, donate, support you. We'll talk more about that coming up in a little bit. As a matter of fact, there's a channel maker that I like. His name is Nate. Let's check out what he had to say about it. Check this out.
So something big has happened with YouTube monetization. You see, what they've done is they've changed the requirements for monetization. You ready for this? Let me tell you what they've done. They've cut in half the number of subscribers needed for monetization, where it was previously 1,000, now it is 500. You only need 3 public uploads in the last 90 days, and you also only need either 3,000 watch hours as opposed to the previous 4,000 over the past year, or only 3 million YouTube Shorts views in the last 90 days as opposed to the previous 10 million views. However, if this is sounding too good to be true, it is because it is. You see, it is not all monetization that is unlocking at that point, only some monetization.
So as you can see, there are still some requirements coming up, even your watch hours. We're going to get more into that as well, but that's the main thing to remember. Reaching 500 subscribers covers fan funding. That's why I'm learning to be engaged with my community, to reach out to those, answering every comment, making uploads, creating content on a consistent basis. These things are so important when it comes to reaching that 500 subscriber milestone. Your viewers, your subscribers, your supporters have the opportunity to invest in you through fan funding, and they're able to show you that they appreciate what you're doing. Did you know there are several different ways that those who support you can support you through fan funding? Here's just a few right here. Check this out. You have channel memberships, you have super chat, you have also super thanks, things that they could do while you're doing your thing, while you're going live, maybe something like that. Different ways that they could reach out to you. These are different ways of fan funding. But what they don't tell you is that most of the time this takes a strong community. And we'll talk more about that coming up in a minute. So that's the first thing to realize. When you reach 500 subscribers, you become eligible. You still have to go through the process, but it doesn't cover having ads ran on your YouTube channel, making money through AdSense. It only covers what they call fan funding. Your fans can help fund you through your YouTube journey. And the second thing to keep in mind when it comes to reaching 500 subscribers, they don't tell you this, but you still have to have reached that 3,000 watch hours. Did you know that a lot of YouTubers are easily getting the subscribers, but it's taking a lot longer to get that watch time? Even on my channel, I'll be the first to admit, I'm having a challenge getting up to that 3,000 hours of watch time. I've gained this 500 subscribers. We celebrated that. But that 3,000 hours of watch time is so important. So how do we set up fan funding? You must already have or create a Google Payments merchant account before you set up fan funding features. This account will receive all the fan funding payments. YouTube is also allowing you to set up a greeting message. You can greet those fans when they come to your channel. Check this out. Did you know that there are those who are selling watch hours? I found this right here on YouTube. I was surprised to see this. This right here actually blew me away. YouTube is actually allowing this on their page. Never buy watch hours, never buy views, never buy subscribers. This was a surprise to me, but there are those who will sell you those watch hours. 2 reasons you don't want to do that. Number 1, it violates the community guidelines. And number 2, they're not really going to be real with you. Eventually, YouTube is going to find out. Never buy watch hours, never buy subscribers. I remember when I relaunched my channel, it was a challenge getting up to those subscribers. We celebrated 100 subscribers. Let me know in the comments where you are with your subscriber count. I would like to know that. A lot of people tell you that it's not important. And when you reach 1,000, when you have 2,000, up to 100,000, maybe then it's less important. But when you're striving to get into the YouTube Partner Program, every milestone counts. And I was tempted to use some of those services, but I said, you know what? I'd rather do the right thing and do it the right way. That way I'm in this thing for the long term. And when it comes to reaching those 3,000 hours of watch time, one of the main things that has helped me is to continue to create content for my viewers, continue to create content, adding value. I used to think that I had to be perfect, but now I'm realizing you don't have to be perfect, or you don't have to be the expert in your field. You just have to give value, and you can reach that 3,000 watch hours. That's so important when it comes to reaching your 500 subscriber milestone. Yes, you will enter into the YouTube Partner Program, but you still have to have those 3,000 watch hours. And all that means is that you still have to put in the time. You still have to create content on a consistent basis. And as you go through your YouTube journey and you see other YouTubers on YouTube, they'll tell you it's a whole lot easier to get the subscriber counts than it is to get that watch time. And even on my channel, the watch time has been dipping up. Sometimes it dips down. I haven't been able to figure that out just yet. Let me know in the comments if you have a watch time that goes up and down. I'm not sure what that is. I'm getting ready to reach out to YouTube, the team YouTube, to find out what's really going on. 3,000 watch hours is a little difficult, but it's not impossible. We can do anything we put our minds to. And the third thing to know, when it comes to reaching 500 subscribers, one wrong move can ruin everything. One wrong move could take everything that you work for and cause you to become demonetized. You do not want that to happen. And in fact, there's been something going on with a invalid YouTube traffic bug or something like that. A lot of channels are becoming demonetized, or at least losing their ad revenue because of this invalid traffic bug. I'm planning to do some research on that so that I could create a video to give more insight on what that's really all about. But one wrong move could ruin it all. Really, it could be anything from using copyrighted music. It could be from using different clips in your videos. Maybe you use profanity, something like that. It could be something as simple as marking something wrong on your channel. Maybe you marked it as made for kids, or you didn't and it was made for kids. Anything that could happen. One wrong move can ruin everything and demonetize your channel. A lot of us are using this as a way to create income and to build our second income as a side hustle, in it for the long term. And so one of the things that I'm learning to do on my channel along my journey is just do what makes sense. A lot of things are really simple, but if it doesn't make sense to do, I usually don't like to do it. And usually some things are just common sense. Using other people's material without permission, it just makes sense for me not to do that. All right, I wouldn't want anybody to use my music, copyrighted music, without my permission. So that one thing that you could do on your channel could take everything away. So what you want to do is make sure you're following those guidelines, using everything that you can, elevating your channel to the next level. And if you're part of the family, you already know that's how we like to do it to get it done. Next level mindset in everything that we do. And by the way, if you're new here or you've been here before and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button to make it official. Let's stay monetized together. We'd love to have you here in the family of Next Level. And the fourth insight no one is really talking about, you have to have a community that enjoys your content and that is willing to invest in you. Somebody who enjoys watching you. Maybe your vibe will attract your tribe. Remember, we talk about that a lot. Once you reach 500 subscribers, you become eligible for the YouTube Partner Program, the fan funding aspects of it. You still need a community that enjoys you and will invest in you. And that's the beauty of it. Now they have it where your fans can invest in you through maybe Ko-Fi, there's Patreon, there's different PayPal donations, Cash App donations, different ways that your subscribers can invest in you. That's why I'm learning along my journey that building a community is so important. Those who will show up and support you. Maybe you are a live streamer. There's those who will come in to your live streams. They'll have the opportunity to give you a super chat, a super thanks, or a super sticker that they call them. They can support you through that. Different ways your community can do that. And most people won't tell you. It's not just about reaching the 500 subscriber milestone. Getting into the program, you still have to have a community that is willing to invest in you. They enjoy you, they like you, they trust you. You still need a community that's willing to invest in you. Did you know that there's other platforms such as Twitch and I think Kick? They have subscribers. They have funding programs for their streamers, but they're nothing like YouTube. YouTube is very generous with this funding. And let me know in the comments, but I believe that when you receive super chats and super thanks, you get 70% of that. YouTube keeps 30%. I think that's very generous. So there's ways that your fans can invest in you, but you still have to have that community. So think about that. So ask yourself, what are some of the things that I could do to build up my community? One of the things that I do is answering every comment. Everyone that comes to my channel and leaves a comment, at the time of this recording, I answer every one of them, respond to every one of them, letting them know that I'm here to build and add value. So keep that in mind. You can build your community. They will invest in you if you show them that you're willing to invest in them. And the fifth thing that I'll tell you about reaching 500 subscribers, you must meet community guidelines and have no community violations. You have to have your channel in good standing. And it could be anything that could cause you to violate. You could simply be in a situation where you said the wrong thing the wrong way, right? It could be something simple as that. Here's a screenshot right here. Spam and deceptive practices is one way that you could violate the community guidelines. It says right here, deceptive policies, impersonation. Also, keep in mind that they're starting to crack down on nudity, content, thumbnails, policy, child safety, suicide, self-harm. There's all types of ways that you could end up violating the community guidelines, messing up your channel, messing up your monetization. Most people won't tell you that. They'll think about getting the subscribers. A lot of content creators will talk about how they reached that 500 subscriber milestone, doing it like that, but they won't tell you. You have to be very careful. One wrong move, remember we talked about that, could ruin everything. So you have to follow community guidelines and have no violations on your channel. And this right here comes down to using basic common sense, things that you know you wouldn't want somebody to do to your channel if you own YouTube, right? You know certain things that you wouldn't want to be done on your platform. And so what has helped me along my journey is just to make sure that I follow those guidelines. And so far I've been able to do that. But YouTube is constantly updating. It's constantly changing its rules, right? I predict even now, while I'm making this recording, that eventually the watch time requirement is going to be reduced to 1,000 watch hours for the funding part of the YouTube Partner Program. That's just one of my predictions. I think a lot of content creators are going to start seeing where they're able to create content, 500 subscribers, but now all they're going to need is 1,000 hours of a watch time. So stick around. I may be right. I was wrong before, could be wrong again. But I'm excited about this milestone. Meeting those guidelines with no community violations is a main thing. It's going to be so important to keep your channel on the platform, to stay successful in this thing for the long term. Reaching 500 subscribers is an exciting time. Now, I've got some bonus PowerPoints that I want to share and how to avoid burnout. But first, before we do that, just want to share this with you. Creative Mix, copyright-free music for all content creators. I've been using them for a while and they have a great variety of music, different varieties of music, free of charge. So check out Creative Mix. Go to their YouTube channel, subscribe there. Go to creativemix.com, create a free account, start downloading their music. Use it in your videos, use it in your live streams, or just listen behind the scenes. So a big thank you to Nick Nimmin and D Nimmin over at Creative Mix. They're not sponsoring this video, but if you choose to use them, just tell them Stevon told you about it. If you are enjoying the content on my channel, you could show some fan funding through the links in the description, Cash App donation, buy a coffee, take my books home with you, any way you want to do it. And those of you who already do that on a regular basis, you know who you are. I appreciate you. So this first bonus PowerPoint deals with the idea of fan funding, the YouTube Partner Program. There's a dark side. We have to remember, YouTube is a business. They're in this thing to make money. Their bottom line, making money is what they all about. It's not all that it's painted out to be. Even when you think about the traditional monetization strategies, traditional YouTube Partner Program, their goal is to get people on the platform, making money, showing them as many ads as they can. That's why I want to encourage you. Think about other ways that you can monetize, not just depending on the YouTube Partner Program. And a lot of people, they end up thinking about that, putting everything in this one platform. I got several videos on my channel about how you can become monetized even before you reach the monetization, even before you enter into the YouTube Partner Program. And from my experience, there are so many content creators who are doing this thing in and out, getting burnt out. There's a way that you could avoid that. As a matter of fact, check out this video right here, how to avoid being burnt out, what they don't tell you. I think that would be a great video for you to watch next. So check that out, enjoy that. Thanks again to my subscribers and returning viewers. I would not be here without you. Hit the like button, share this on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't done that. Stay blessed, stay positive, never give up whatever you do. Until next time, I'll see you on the next level. Peace.